Welcome to the podcast. I'm Carrie Fitz, owner and broker of Carrie Fitz Real Estate here in Tuscaloosa. Today, I'm excited to welcome our very special guest, Myles Wergin. He is our newest real estate agent in the office. He is a senior at the University of Alabama. He has already closed on 2 deals, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So we're very excited he's here and very proud of him. We are going to talk today about how he connected with his first client, some challenges and some lessons, some things that he's learned, and whatever his next goal is for real estate. Myles, thank you so much for being here today and joining us. So first, can you walk us through how you connected with that first client?
Yes, ma'am. So first connected with the client. It was actually a Chamber of Commerce event.
Great.
You suggested if we can try to make it out there and meet new people, and I had the opportunity to go and start shaking some hands, meeting some great people, and I actually met one client, my first client, who was complaining that he couldn't find an agent that was there to help him. Mm-hmm. And I took it upon myself to do everything I could to help him find what he was looking for. And it sparked that relationship, and we went to the races. So.
Well, that's great. And I know that it was a smaller deal, and there was some driving involved, and it was a piece of land, a small piece of land. So I'm sure that he really appreciated the time and the effort you spent on a small deal. And what we do at this office is it doesn't matter the size of the deal. We work every client. We work for every client and every relationship that we have because we want to sustain those relationships. And Myles did a great job for this client, I know, because when we have new agents here, I do kind of hover. I do kind of micromanage a little bit because I want to make sure that everything is done correctly and that nothing is lost or left. So especially with a new agent who just doesn't know. And so he did a great job with this deal. I know the deal, and he did really take care of this client, which I love to see. I love agents that go above and beyond for their clients. So tell me a little bit about the property. What was it like, and why do you think your buyer bought that piece of land?
Yes, ma'am. It was a lot of land out in West Block, and so it was a little bit of a drive. Mm-hmm. However, right at about 4 acres, exactly what he was looking for. And we were driving actually to go see a different piece of land. And we drove past it, and he mentioned he was interested in it. And we stopped and figured out more about the property, and he really appealed to him. It was clear cut. He was looking to build upon it, and right in the spot he wanted. And the rest is history after that.
And it wasn't in our MLS, right?
No, ma'am.
So you had to do even extra work to find out about the property, to find out how to get in touch with the owner, all of those things, because it wasn't a listed property in our MLS. So what do you think the most exciting part of this transaction was for you?
To be honest, the closing table. It was nerve-wracking, and throughout the entire deal, I was nervous the entire time. It was also exciting, but being able to sit at the closing table and wrap things up and kind of cross that finish line was huge.
Yep.
To know that he finally had something he could build upon that met exactly what he was looking for, and to walk out of there and shake his hand and say, this isn't, goodbye, but see you later.
That's right.
And still keep up with him and see his progress is huge.
That's great. Did you face any obstacles during the process? And if so, how did you overcome them?
Yeah, I mean, there were their fair share of obstacles. I would say the biggest one was learning throughout. It was my first transaction. I felt like it was just very daunting. Mm-hmm. As many clients do, I feel, as well. However, you were there, or other agents were there to kind of walk me through it and answer any questions I had, and I had a lot of questions. But definitely just, when things got rolling and I saw the paperwork and saw kind of the process of it all, it was just a daunting thing. And having coworkers there to support you was huge.
Yeah, there are a lot of steps, but we do have a very collaborative office. I try to make myself available for agents, newer agents, older agents that have questions or issues that come up. However, for things like what he was trying to do, a lot of agents in this office could answer some of the questions that he have, and they do. Like I said, it's a very collaborative office. We all want to see each other succeed and be successful in this business. So what's one thing that you learned from this deal that you will carry into future transactions?
Yeah, that's a great question. If I had to pick one thing, it would be the ability to work with others and care about your clients. Like you said, it was on the smaller end of deals. It was my first deal and was nervous and was kind of scared that maybe I didn't have all the answers. But the ability to help someone out and truly be there for them and walk them through the process was huge. And I think no matter the deal, whether it's big or small, treat every client the same and put your all into it. I think that's the biggest lesson.
And really the work is the same. It doesn't matter how expensive the property is. The work is the same for all of the deals. But you really did a really good job. And of course, we know that now you have another one under your belt. And remember, he's a full-time college student. So he is doing this while he's a college student, hasn't even graduated from college yet. But if you could go back, is there anything that you would do differently in this sale?
To be honest, no. The learning that I did, some hiccups I had, I felt like they all taught me very much. So I wouldn't want anything to change.
Well, great. So advice for buyers and sellers. What advice would you give a buyer before entering today's market?
It might sound cliche, but today's the day. You can't wait for tomorrow or down the road. And as well, find an agent that you trust and that they'll help you along every step. And I think if you find an agent that truly cares about you and what you're looking for, you can't go wrong.
All right, so what advice would you have for a new agent just getting into this business?
That's another good question. New agent getting in the business, I would say try your best. Put yourself, don't dip a toe in the water, just jump in, because while it is daunting and there's a lot to learn, especially at a brokerage like this, you have agents who want to help, but also you only learn if you try, and there will be mistakes made, and there will be times you feel like you're kind of down the creek without a paddle, but at the end of the day, definitely just try your best, and it'll all start coming together.
Yeah, and Myles is here as a college student. He is here just about every day working different, he'll come in the mornings or depending on his classes and stuff, but he's in this office just about every day. So what tools and training or support do you think were the most helpful in getting this transaction to closing table?
I would say the people, and once again, hate to hit on it again and kind of sound repetitive, but you can have all the technology or wits about it, but if you don't have the people there supporting you, it's gonna be a lot more tough. And having that even moral support of just people in your corner saying that you can do it and being there and rooting for you and your client to win, it's huge.
So what would you tell another agent who's about to get their first client?
I would say care. Just genuinely care. Treat them as family members. Treat them like you would your best friend, your parents, and at that point, it all comes together because you can. At some points, you can feel lost, but if you genuinely care, you're going to figure it out for them.
So, how did this affect your confidence as an agent? Did you feel more confident, or did you feel less confident at the end of this deal?
I felt more confident. Which might sound counterintuitive, but being able to walk this deal through to the closing table and shake their hands, it was huge, and I felt like it kind of gave me that momentum that was needed, and when me starting off, and you always hear the stats that within the first 6 months, most agents don't sell anything.
So, how long have you had your license?
3 months, right about 3 months.
And this deal happened a month ago?
Yes, ma'am.
So you had your license 2 months when you closed something?
Yes, ma'am.
That's very great. That's really great. So what excites you most about moving forward? What's the next goal that you are aiming for in real estate?
Yeah, making an impact. Making an impact on others, and I look forward to meeting more people and being able to help them along with this journey, because I know it's difficult and I know it's scary, but if I can be there for someone and really truly help them, I'm so excited for that.
And this is the kind of agent that we want in this office. This is what I look for in agents when they come in to interview at this office. So thank you so much, Myles, for choosing Carrie Fitz Real Estate as the company that you wanted to work for, and for joining us today and sharing your experiences. Thanks to everyone else for tuning in to this episode of Carry On with Carrie Fitz. Until next time, carry on.